What's up, guys? This is Brave, and I'm back to review Readytolove. I know my review is hella late, but I've had all types of technical difficulties trying to get this video up, so I just had to re-record it. So, first of all, we are in a new city. We are in DC, and I'm going to be completely honest, you guys. I watched the casting special as well as the first episode where the singles meet, and nobody was standing out to me like that. Like, there was nobody who I was actually rooting for. Like, damn, I want to see them win. I mean, also, the mixer, to me, the way it was shot, we didn't get to see a lot of people's interactions. So, basically, I'm just going to tell y'all my opinion on each person and who they made a connection with. Alright, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the guys, because let's be honest, the guys had a lot of red flags. A whole lot of red flags, okay? Now, I'm about to go off of this photo right here that I found, and we're going to start with Lamont. Y'all already know he went home, and I honestly feel like he maybe could have stayed. He wasn't exactly the worst guy, but he was pretty bad. Let's be honest. Lamont and his spoken word. Sir, this is not Love Jones, okay? This is not the 90s. Women are not impressed because you can put some words together and they rhyme. We really not impressed with that. Especially the way he literally started a conversation with Aisha, and then before she could say what she was going to say next, he literally starts spitting his poetry. And I said, sir, you are no Ohaji, okay? Because you are not all that. If y'all remember that, put it in the comments below and where I got that from. But nonetheless, sir, you are not Ohaji. We do not want to hear your spoken word. There was another conversation that he had with, I can't even remember who he had the conversation with, but he was talking about he took a lot of time to do some self-care. And I'm just like, what is included in your self-care? Because honestly, I think that you may need some therapy maybe. Because was therapy included in that? Just wondering. But yeah, Lamont, he ended up going home. I honestly did not see any real connections happening with him. Like, when I really think about it, like who the ladies were talking to, didn't really see too many people feeling Lamont to begin with. Like, I knew it straight off the bat. I don't think that his outfit was the best. Yeah, Lamont, maybe next time, bro. So let me just go ahead and move on to Carrington. You guys, I feel like we hardly saw Carrington. Like, I did see him have a conversation with Tasia, and in that conversation, he felt like she was asking too many questions considering they first met. Sir, you do realize this is like a, 6-week process? Baby girl is asking questions because she's trying to get answers. Now, the questions that she was asking were hella dumb. Are you single or are you single? Like, girl, if you don't go sit down somewhere with that bullshit, like, ask this man some real questions. But yeah, we didn't really see much of Carrington. I didn't hear any of the ladies mention him being in their top. I did hear that there has been some drama, posted online about Carrington. If anybody knows about it, go ahead and drop that tea in the comments, guys. Let's just go ahead and move on to the next guy. So, we get Frank. Y'all, I'm sorry, this may sound real messed up, but I just feel like Frank used to be like the fat kid, and at some point in his life, he transitioned this into some grown man weight, and he think he's that guy. I can't even lie. At one point, I think he called himself like a socialite because, he's a bartender or whatever. And I'm just like, Frank, you're really not that cute. Like, sure, you have a great smile, but that doesn't make your whole face cute. And also, I did not like the way that when him and Aisha, it was him, Aisha, and Libba, they were all talking about tattoos or whatever. And yes, Libba was a bit off But I feel like she had, like, first date jitters. So that's what I'm going to chunk it up to. But, like, the way he, like, fake laughed and then stopped. And then once she walked away, he, like, laughed with Aisha about it. I didn't really like that. Because I'm like, you didn't have to do that in front of Aisha. It's okay if you wasn't feeling her, but you did not have to do that in front of Aisha. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Frank. Like, nothing memorable, especially not from the casting special. Now, let's just go ahead and move on to Walter. Y'all, Walter was the man of the hour. I feel like a lot of the ladies liked him, and they also liked one other contestant. To me, Walter is a red flag. Walter is Joelle 2.0. I don't trust Walter. I'm sorry. Walter gave us a story about how he was talking to, what's her name? Tasia. Another person talking to Tasia. And she asked him, oh, why don't you have any kids? Because he like 40-something years old. He gave us a whole story about how, he fell in love, he was married, and then once him and his wife were ready to settle down and have children, she ended up passing away, right? I was following the story, y'all, until he hits with the, oh, and that was in 2003. Nigga, if you don't get out my face with this, listen, you may harbor a lot of pain from that loss. However, you've been with multiple women since that time. Tell me about the last 3 relationships you've been in. Because I'm pretty sure you've been in a good 3 since 2003. I feel like Walter uses that as a way for women to sympathize with him and be like, oh my God, you lost your wife? Oh my God. Like, I definitely feel like Walter has used that as a part of his game. I don't really trust Walter. I don't. We'll see how long he lasts. There were a lot of women who liked Walter. We'll see. Because I don't see it for Walter. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Dante. We did not see a lot of Dante at all. I think we only saw him have one conversation, and that was with, what is that woman's name? Shiloh, I want to say? And they were talking about how his stepdad is from Trinidad. She's half Trinidadian. And they just had like a cool little conversation. I think he has like 3 kids, 3 different baby mamas. I hope he has that situation under control. Because considering you may be trying to find a new woman to add to the circle, I would really hope that your baby mamas is cool. Just throwing that out there. We did not see him a lot, like I said. I will say when he puts like a beanie on, he's probably the most attractive guy there. Yeah, that's all I got with Dante. That's all I got. We shall see what happens. I feel like he may stick around for a little bit on the show. So let's go ahead and move on to Tyrone. Y'all, I was ready for Tyrone to go home. I feel like he didn't make no connections either. Like, there's a few people in this cast who I feel like nobody was checking for. Tyrone was one of them. When Baby Boy broke out in song, singing his little Korean shoulda, coulda, wouldas, and old girl was like, oh, I don't speak Korean? I said, yep, pack it up, baby. Just go ahead, pack it up, and let's go ahead and leave, because I don't think this is the place for you. What's interesting is Tyrone's backstory. How he had to realize that every woman was not a hoe because his mom was a hoe. I said, wow, look at that revelation. Wow, Tyrone, look at you. So that's pretty much all the info on him. Honestly, Tyrone is a bit funny looking to me. He kind of looked like what Mario Winans probably looks like now. Just throw that out there. Let's go ahead and move on to corny-ass Cornelius. No, I'm just kidding. So, let me tell you, Cornelius, a lot of the ladies liked him. A lot. I was actually surprised. When I saw Cornelius, he was talking about how he wants to lead by faith and, not have sex with these women and all that stuff. I was like, all right, that's cute. I'm going to be honest. Cornelius was serving zest with a vest. Zest with a vest. Zest with a vest. Oh, he had the zest with the vest. Yes, I just sung that to Pumps to the Bump. My God. Anyway, I just feel like he had a little zesty flair with his little vestie on, okay? I feel like Cornelius may actually last a while on the show if he plays his cards right, because you already have Camille being thirsty over him, calling him her boyfriend. So we'll see what happens, because he was also having a good conversation with Courtney. So I don't know, Cornelius may be a front runner this season. Okay, so let's move on to Phil. Phil was forgettable. I have no idea what Phil does. Don't really care. There was nothing memorable about him besides the fact that Corey decided that he was going to pull Sabrina to the side right in front of Phil and ask her out, while Phil was there in that awkward moment. Yeah. I don't know if there's any women that are checking for Phil, but he may be on the chopping block soon. So, let's go ahead and move on to Corey. Y'all, Corey is really trying to be a player from the Himalayas, okay? I call him the devil, because him and that 666 mentality, we don't play those games over here. Talking about some 6 foot 6 pack. And what was it? 6 inches? What was it, y'all? Y'all let me know what that last 6 was. Either way, we don't fuck with Corey over here. First of all, when he first got in, okay, he already had a game plan of the copy-paste. Because that's all conversations are with him. It's copy and paste. So, he decides to go up in there. I think he had a conversation with Courtney first. Boom, got her number. He then pulls Carrie from the table, who was sitting right next to Courtney at the moment, pulls her from the table, and is like, so I feel like there's some type of connection with us. So what you doing Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? Because, we can probably do something. She's like go on a date? He's like, yeah. He don't know Carrie from nothing. Like, he did not try to be like, oh, hey, how are you? I'm Corey. What do you like? He was not doing any of that. He put in no effort. It was literally, just go ahead and put your number in my phone. We can do this Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm just like, dude, you have no game. Come to find out, baby boy has done this to all of the ladies. Pretty much. Now, hear me out. I will throw him a bone and say this. I do think that the point of the show is that at some point, whoever you're interested in, you are supposed to, exchange numbers, see if y'all can be a match, y'all can go out. You know what I'm saying? But, sir, it's all in the way that you do things. Because when you have 5, 6 women sitting around, and they like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be going out with Corey on Sunday. Ooh, girl, me too. Ooh, I'm supposed to be going out with him on Saturday. Dude, you look crazy. You look like you're here to play games. And honestly, I feel like that's what you were doing. Corey should have went home, actually. Corey should have gone home before Ohaji. The devil definitely should have went home first. I absolutely believe that. But it seems like, I don't know, because from the preview, he may last maybe a good 3 episodes. Who knows? We shall see. Now, let's go ahead and move on to this last guy, Naeem. Now, in his casting special segment, he said he likes his women natural. Natural hair, natural body, no makeup, no wigs and weaves. All of that, right? But look at the women that he was talking to. Wigs and weaves, made up faces. So it's like, sir, what are you going to do? Because the women who he was talking to, I don't see any of them changing. I don't see any of them being like, oh, he don't like when I wear a weave, so I'm about to go ahead and wear my natural hair. Not those ladies. Not them. So I don't know how long Naeem will last, but I'm giving him a side eye. I don't trust him either. So when it comes to the men, I would probably say, who am I rooting for, or who do I think is like leading right now, will probably be Walter and Cornelius. That's who's in the lead. Oh, and Frank. A lot of women like Frank, Cornelius, and Walter. Who do I think will be going home soon? Corey, Naeem, and Bill. And maybe Tyrone. Yeah. Honestly, I was not impressed by any of these men. I did not find them attractive. A lot of them look kind of similar in a weird way. But yeah, that was the guys of Ready to Love. Let's go ahead and move on to the women. So, first lady I want to talk about, Mumin. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Can't really remember. All I know is that she's here leading by faith. She wants to wait until she gets married. I said, all right, Liz 2.0. We'll see what kind of man you find. Now, if she makes it work with Cornelius, then maybe that might work out together because he said he was kind of going for the same thing. But we'll see. All right, so the next lady I want to talk about is Aisha. Aisha's hair was wrong. I'm going to be honest. That blonde hair, it's not doing anything for her. She was definitely making her rounds, talking to all of the guys. She was definitely surprised by Lamont. He tried to spit his little spoken word at her. Her and Frank, according to her, they have really strong chemistry. Whenever they are together, it's just all teeth. I said, baby, ain't that the truth? Because y'all have all the teeth. Frank and Aisha have all the teeth that you will ever need in your life. I mean, my God. Smiles are bright. Okay? Ain't no little side tooth missing with them two. But we'll see, because it looks like from the preview, Aisha is going to get into it with some of the ladies, or at least she's going to get real worked up and some of the guys have to calm her down. We'll see what happens with that. Honestly, I wonder how many times she's going to change her wig this season. That's what I really want to know. But let's go ahead and move on. So, Zadia. We didn't see a lot of Zadia, but we did see her have a conversation with Naeem. I'm not really sure if she's the type of woman who's going to go natural for him. I don't see it, but we shall see. Now, she did seem like a really nice woman, but I'm not sure if the man who she wants is actually here on the show. We will see what happens in the season for her. Okay, so Tasia. Poor Tasia. And here's why I'm saying poor Tasia. Because when I honestly think about it, we got a lot of camera time from her. She made her rounds talking to most of the men. Were all the conversations good? Probably not. But she thought she had way more good conversations than bad. And we already know she is a curvier woman. It's interesting that she was on the chopping block. Especially when she said she had about 4-5 dudes' numbers in her phone. So I'm like, oh, that's real interesting. Are y'all trying to send the curvy girl home again? Because I forgot. No man on Ready to Love is ever interested in a curvier woman. I find that to be so strange. And from the previews, it didn't show like a lot of Tasia. So she might be one of the people who's not around, for most of the season. We'll see. Libba, I'm sorry. Her makeup was trash. Her edges was a little toe back. I just wanted her to go back home and start over. I feel like she hasn't dated in a very long time. So she doesn't exactly know what to do. She doesn't know how to act exactly. And I feel like maybe she needs to, I don't want to say go to therapy. I don't even know if therapy can fix that. She just need some type of confidence booster. And also the way Frank laughed at her when they were having that conversation about tattoos, and then she ended up saying something and he fake laughed and then got real quiet. I was like, See, these dudes are not feeling her. And unfortunately, she got sent home. And she even had her own sound effect when she went home. Literally. She's like, me? I'm just like, girl, just walk out the door. Alright, so let me just go ahead and move on to the next woman, Carrie. The only thing I have for Carrie is that she got axed out by Corey, and then she wasn't feeling him. That's it. That's all. I feel like Carrie may be on the chopping block soon, because I did not see her making any connections. Alright, now Shiloh, I feel like her background is pretty interesting, considering she was on her own personal journey, and then she became a intimacy coach. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So, she was making her rounds. I believe she had a conversation with Dante, and they were talking about how they both have some type of Trinidadian background, but we'll see how long Shiloh stays around. I feel like sometimes her makeup ages her, and then sometimes she looks okay. Alright, so let's go on to Camille. Y'all, Camille has been engaged 3 times. I think her friends call her like the Black Widow or something like that. And since being on the show and meeting the guys, she is head over heels for Cornelius. Talking about that as her boyfriend. I'm like, girl, Cornelius? Zest with a vest? Zest with a vest? Alright, girl, if you like it, go ahead. She even said, when she was talking to the other ladies, when Tommy was like, who do y'all pick? She literally was like, that's my boyfriend. I'm like, girl, already? Do you even know his last name? No? Okay. So, it seems like she may stick around for a minute, but we'll see. We never know when it comes to this show. Alright, so, I'm on to the last 2 ladies. Now, we have Sabrina. Only thing I'm really giving a side eye to Sabrina for is the fact that she has Korean tattooed on her back. But it's because she's half Korean. And I'm just like, okay, so you half black. You gonna put the Black Power fist tattooed on you as well? No? Alright, then what we doing this for? That's pretty much all I have for Sabrina. I think she's gonna stick around for a while. There's a lot of guys who like her. So I think she has a fighting chance to stick around for a while. Alright, and last, but definitely not least, that would be Courtney. Courtney is this light-skinned woman, big curly hair, super pretty. Actually, all the women, they look really nice. But she says that she is looking for a man who is basically ready to accept her for who she is and how she is. Her last relationship was with her baby daddy, and he wanted her to stay acting how she was when she's like 25. She like, listen, I have a whole child. I have responsibility. I'm not that same girl. That's something I can absolutely understand. Now, when it comes to who she made connections with, I did see her make a connection with Cornelius. So we'll see if this is really going to be a fight between Shiloh and Courtney for Cornelius. But yeah, you guys, so overall, for Readytolove being in DC, it was okay. It was okay. I feel like this cast definitely has to grow on me. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Who are you guys liking? Who are you not liking? Who do you guys think is going to be in game? Who's your top 3? Yeah, let's chat in the comments. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.